dropped my brother Mark off and now heading from Portland down to, or I guess across to Montana. Now, Montana is one of the destinations I've really wanted to go see and experience, although everything in Oregon has been really beautiful and really stunning as well. So excited to get to Montana though and see what Montana has to offer. So I think I got another like 12-hour drive here ahead of me and gonna start making my way from Oregon to Montana. So here we go. What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. This here is Firmly Unbound, and Firmly Unbound is an expression of exploration and freedom in work, play, and faith. And everything that I do here on this channel is showing how I am striving to live a more firmly unbound lifestyle, hopefully encouraging you to do the same. And this trip to Montana that I took was one of the most significant trips that I've taken in my life. I'll explain more about why that is throughout the video, but let's just enjoy some of the scenes along the way here first. Glad to have came out of that moment unharmed. As I drove into Montana overnight, there was also a blizzard which made for some pretty interesting conditions, and the road just got me. But luckily everything was fine, nobody got hurt, I was completely okay, vehicle was okay, and we proceeded on. And we are venturing here into Whitefish, Montana. So Whitefish, Montana is about 20 to 30 minutes of a drive from Glacier National Park, and they have the big mountain in the background there. That's what they call it from what the locals told me. That would be a really cool place to go skiing or snowboarding, I can imagine. And this little town of Whitefish had such an interesting, unique feel to it. I've been in plenty of mountain towns before, but something about this place just had a really nice character to it that was so warm and just felt really inviting. Now, I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time there, but that's what I felt in the hour or two that I was there. And as I made the drive into Glacier National Park, it is incredible how this scenery just sucks you in. Again, I have been around mountains most of my life, and something about this felt so different. And also, what an incredible time of year that I picked to travel here, as this was the last weekend of October going into the first week of November, and you get around this time not only very small amounts of traffic with people in this area, but also some amazing contrast in the scenery where you have some snow on the mountains, but they're not completely covered, and then you have a lot of leaves that are still changing colors. So much of the scenery was just breathtaking to take in. And this was the drive as I ventured into Glacier National Park. And again, I'll just let you observe and enjoy some of these views and sights that I saw along the way. got to catch some wildlife in town to end the day, which brings me to day 2, where I went into Glacier to hike Avalanche Lake Trailhead. But before that, stopped to get some breakfast at this really nice breakfast spot that was really warm and welcoming, and enjoyed that. And as I drove around, this is when I really started to reflect on things and reflect on just where I had been in life in the past and how I got to where I am today, and just feeling really grateful. And it was really nice also to just feel so disconnected with society. And this here is the base of the trailhead. I was really fortunate to meet these ladies here at the bottom that had hiked this many times before. It should be noted, during this time of year there are some road closures that limit access to the national park, so this was one of the only trailheads that I could hike while I was there. I learned along this trip that there's something about being in nature that I forgot about, and how it just pulls you closer to a connection with yourself and a connection with God. At least it did for me, and it is something that I have completely neglected for years and years and years of my life. So I was really grateful to be able to go onto this trip. Ended the day going back into Whitefish and getting a pretty incredible pizza. I didn't have high expectations, but man, it was good. And then made the drive back out of town as I continued my journey on. So stayed here for 2 days, and gosh, I just feel like I went on a spiritual journey as I was there. Just all the time I got to spend reflecting, feeling disconnected from society a little bit, and really appreciating and feeling grateful for where I am at today. So I'm really glad I took the time to go on this trip and experience those things. And this is probably the most incredible destination I have been to in the United States. So So I'm just about to exit Montana. I'm in my last gas station fill-up spot before I will leave the state, and it's kind of a surreal feeling here. There's lots of places I've traveled over the last few months, literally coast to coast across the United States, and this is the first place I have been to where I feel like deeply emotional about leaving the state. I felt emotional leaving other places as well, so it's not a completely new feeling, but this is on a whole different level where I just feel very emotional leaving this place, and it's pretty significant, that feeling. I don't know that everybody will have the same locations where they have those kind of experiences, but it's definitely my hope that many of you watching get to experience that, where you just find a place so unbelievably beautiful that you connect with, that when you leave, it just is like, it's almost like, feels like you're leaving a part of yourself behind. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but it's a really magical feeling. I'm trying to just soak it in and take it in for all that it is and just really appreciate it and be grateful for it. And I just feel really, really full and fulfilled, and it's a great feeling. Gonna keep moving on though. Unfortunately, I cannot stay here forever right now, but it's just a really interesting feeling that I'm just soaking in and really taking in for all that it is. It was also really interesting. I had about 5 hours worth of drive time to get to this gas station. So I've been driving through Montana for about the past 5 hours and came across some of the old music I used to make. So I used to be an artist, make my own music start to finish. So make the instrumentals, record myself, engineer the music myself. So really got to tailor my sound to fit my current life experiences at the time when I was making music. Now this was well over 5 years ago. So some of my songs are as old as like 2018, 2019 that I was listening to. And I am so grateful that when I made that music, I made it exactly what I was feeling inside. I didn't try to sugarcoat it. I didn't try to make it sound a certain way to, fit what I thought people may want to hear, or, withhold things that I maybe didn't want people to hear. It was extremely raw and vulnerable for that period of time in my life. And I was listening to that music, reflecting on like, one, wow, I'm so glad that I made that music and made it the way that I did, because it's a lot of stuff you would never be able to find. Like, it's not on the internet anywhere anymore. I took it all down. But at the time I was like, man, am I like giving away too much of myself in this music? Am I being like too straightforward? Am I being too vulgar? Whatever it may be. And I'm really grateful that I just made the music that I did and documented that stage of my life, because now I listen to it so many years later with where I'm at now. And I may play some short snippets of stuff so you can hear what it sounds like, because I was in a really dark place. I mean, suicidal, dealing with my own internal issues and dealing with the regret of my past mistakes and different things like that, and the shame, and also just dealing with like relationship issues and all these different things. And I listen back to that music and I'm like, wow, I'm just so unbelievably grateful for where I am now in life. And I'm so glad that I made that music that really gave a raw demonstration of my emotions in that moment, so I can reflect on it now and see how far I really came. It really was a eye-opening moment for me, and really just made me feel a whole ton of gratitude for where I am at now in life. And that's just my little message to you to, find a way to document your experiences, because there will come a time that you'll want to look back on those and feel those emotions that you felt in that moment and reflect on them, and then compare it to where you are at your current stage in life. It's a really cool feeling. So I encourage you, whether it's writing songs, just even recording videos, whatever it may be, something to document your experiences and just how you're feeling in certain stages and moments of your life. I know I'll probably look back at these videos 5-10 years from now and feel a similar thing. So it's a really cool feeling to experience that.